This week on The Wheelhouse. Gun violence, its impact on survivors, and its impact on public health. That's On His Way by local musician Jimmy Green featuring Kurt Elling. And this is The Wheelhouse. Hi, everybody. I'm Frankie Graziano. It's a show that connects politics to the people. We got your weekly dose of politics in Connecticut and beyond right here. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Earlier this year, the U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy issued a landmark advisory declaring firearm violence a public health crisis in America. Firearms, the leading cause of death for children and adolescents from ages 1 to 17 in the United States. It's according to a new report from Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions. And here in Connecticut, we've seen the tragic effects of firearm violence many times, notably during the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, where 21st graders and 6 school employees were killed in Newtown, Connecticut. So often the coverage of these tragedies skips over the experiences of those left behind, survivors of gun violence. Today we'll be talking about the experience of survivors with a survivor, as well as what steps our state and our country are taking to protect people from gun violence. Joining us in studio now is Nelba Marquez Green, who's now very experienced at hosting a podcast like The Wheelhouse, the host of Shared Humanity, the activist in residence at Yale School of Public Health. Shared Humanities, the podcast, also a licensed marriage and family therapist and the founder of the Anna Grace Project. It honors Anna Grace. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
So happy to have you here in studio. Really appreciate you coming on. I want to start talking about your podcast. I've had the occasion to listen to all the episodes. Really impressed at how it's coming along. I just want to know why the Yale School of Public Health wants to get involved in a podcast, particularly this podcast, why it's important to do it.
So I work at Yale, like you said, and we're working on something called the Firearm Injury Prevention Initiative. And one of the things that often gets lost when we talk about gun violence is the perspective from the survivor. And not the survivor as it's attached to policy or activism or other outside things, but just the voices of survivors, how gun violence is literally impacting and changing their lives. And when I said that to them, they said, "What do you want to do about it?" I said, "Can we start a podcast interviewing people so they can tell us their stories in their way?" And marrying storytelling with data, I think, can make a difference.
Especially in a moment, I would imagine, where misinformation is rampant. Do you see this work, the Shared Humanity podcast, as well as the other work done within Yale School of Public Health? We'll talk to Sujata Srinivasan, our reporter, about that later. Do you see it as even more vital because of this time that we're in?
100%, because one of the things we saw after Sandy Hook was the rampant spread of misinformation. We see it after tragedy. We see it after many events. But after Sandy Hook especially, we saw this really terrible thing. It was in addition to losing our children, our loved ones, but we had to live with this incredible consequence of having our lives out there and having misinformation spread. And I think the only way to combat that is by spreading stories, by telling stories from real survivors.
When you share that anecdote, it makes me want to tell you again that I appreciate you coming here, because I know what it means to be out in public, particularly after what you just shared.
Still after 12 years, we still look over our shoulders. Yeah.
That's why it's very important to have your perspective today. I'm going to play a clip from your podcast. You were talking to Kristen Song, whose 15-year-old son, Ethan, was killed with an unsecured gun in his best friend's house, as she describes it on your show, a shoebox, essentially.
You know, for a long time after Ethan died, I was very hesitant to mother. I didn't trust myself anymore. I had failed at the one thing that I was supposed to do as a mother, which was to keep my child safe. And so I didn't trust my mothering abilities with my other 2 children for a very long time.
As much as I'd like to say, no, that's not right. I completely connect. We had just moved from Canada,
and made the decision to move to Sandy Hook. And I thought to myself, did we do this? Right?
Yeah.
Did we do this? And you struggle with that. That's a very real struggle.
Yeah.
No, but through conversations like the one that you have here with Kristen, I just want to know, like, are you starting to learn things about other activist moms? Are you learning things about yourself now in these conversations as you're having these important conversations that are teaching people how to have a conversation and how to respect people that have gone through tragedy?
So the first myth to dispel is I've never met a survivor that said, I want to ban guns. There's this myth that, people who've gone through this just want to take everybody's gun. I've never met that. That's number one. Number two is the courage of just waking up in the morning and moving from that early grief to the reality that this doesn't change. Other things may change, but you never get your person back, and how much courage it takes to survive that. And the third thing is how everybody finds their own way, and that all of those ways deserve respect and resourcing.
Two things you never hear are familiar refrains. One you said is that nobody wants to take away your guns that has gone through this tragedy, particularly the Sandy Hook Elementary School one. But secondarily, I always hear you say that nobody wants to be a grieving mother. Sabrina Fulton is somebody you talked to on your podcast in episode 1 of your podcast. Nobody wants this work.
No.
Can you tell me more about this?
So Sabrina Fulton is the mother of Trayvon Martin, and she's another person who she wanted to stay in bed. And she wanted to stay in bed and would have until she realized that nobody was going to seek justice for her son unless she got out of it. And what you learn about us is that is really why we do it. We do it to keep the memory of our loved one alive, and we do it to seek justice. I always say that survivors of gun violence live at this intersection of grief, trauma, and injustice. And all of the work we do subsequently addresses those three things.
Your husband, Jimmy, is somebody I talked to recently. I did a story with him a couple of years ago, and through that process, you guys connected me with Joanne Cacciatore at the University, Arizona State University.
Yeah.
There's this work that she's done in talking to, I think it was 15 relatives that were involved in their family members were killed in the shooting.
Yeah.
And this is primary grievers, and the fact that she found weren't adequately cared for by the community at large. So how can communities do a better job of rallying around and supporting survivors after tragedy?
What I need listeners to understand is that after a tragedy like this, most people are comfortable talking about survivors than talking to survivors. Find a survivor and talk to them directly. Ask them directly what they need. We are not represented by groups. We are not represented by even groups with Sandy Hook or Newtown in the name. We're not represented by every single person in Newtown and in other places where there are tragedies has their own voice. Listen to them. We cannot help people or resource people whom we are not in relationship with. So find and be in relationship with people.
I think we kind of heard this in this clip that we played earlier with Kristen's song and you talking about coming from Canada. I often find yourself, as you're interviewing folks, nodding your head in agreement because you've gone through similar situations. So, and you've known exactly what these folks are going through. So what do you wish that people who've never been impacted by gun violence, or at least I think we've all been impacted by gun violence, but just help me understand people that think that maybe they live in some kind of hole or something like that, and they're trying to say that gun violence doesn't impact me.
I understand the need to distance ourselves from horrible things. And the way we do it is by promoting this American mythology that if I'm good enough, if I'm careful enough, it won't happen to me. I can tell you that knowing the other parents and families of Newtown, there's no one who loved their children more, right? So this is not a matter of making mistakes or being uncareful. It can happen to anyone. It does happen between 100 and 120 times a day, and it can happen to you tomorrow.
It can happen, as we've learned in your podcast and in obviously in real time here, in a church. It can happen in a school. It can happen at a friend's house, as we heard with Kristen and Ethan's story.
It can happen in your own home because the number one cause of death by firearm is actually suicide. It's not mass shootings. It's not community violence. It's suicide.
This is the $1 million question then, and I'm sure you wrap your head around this all the time, but how do we try to make it one that's not political and one that's more of a public health issue, as you're doing on your podcast?
Absolutely. So this is when that magic of marrying storytelling and data comes in handy. But we can't do the data work if we don't study. So let's follow the tools of public health. Gathering data, identifying risk and protective factors, developing and evaluating interventions, scaling what works, and cultivating strong partnerships. Those are the tools for any problem we try to solve with using the tools of public health. So why not apply that to gun violence if we know gun violence is a public health issue?
What a concept. We are almost done with this conversation, but you're not going to go away too far because we'll talk to Francine Wheeler after you, and then Sujata Srinivasan is going to come in and talk about this data that you're talking about.
Perfect.
So that's what I want to go to later. But first, I want to talk about how you honor Anna in your work today.
So I get up every morning. That's number one. I get up every morning. I have this incredible family. Hi, Isaiah. Your mother loves you so much. And my
Hello,
husband,
Isaiah.
my husband, who's a faculty member at Western Connecticut State University. I am at the Yale School of Public Health, partnering with brilliant human beings, and we also have the Anna Grace Project. So I'm very thankful for the many ways we get to honor her life.
Can we talk more about the Anna Grace Project?
For
What can you
sure.
tell me? You just had a
For
very
sure.
special visitor recently as well.
We did. We do extraordinary things with people. We just had the first Anna's favorite princess, the first Black princess of Disney, Anika Nani Rose. She visits
Tiana.
our school. You know, we have over 800 students at the Crack Anna Grace Academy in Bloomfield, Connecticut. This is a time where children really need us. They really need us stepping up in light of everything going on in the world. If we as adults can lead, we're moving in the right direction. The Anna Grace Project allows me to remind people that.
What are some, I really want to underscore this. What are some of the things that you see in Anna and you always think about when you think about Anna that you see in these kids and you kind of want to impress upon them as they go into this, I want to say dangerous world, but it sometimes be beautiful as well.
Anna loved herself deeply, and it allowed her to love other people deeply. And I think one of the most beautiful things that the educators and staff and administrators do at the Anna Grace Academy is they remind themselves and one another that they're part of the same community. And if there was ever a time we needed that, it's now.
It's now, and it's important that you're doing this in essentially your community because you've moved away, but you're always working back here in the Hartford area. This is where I understand
I'll
that you
always
went to
be a
school.
Cracky. I will always be a Cracky. I met my husband at the
Yeah.
Anna Grace, at the Greater Hartford Academy of the Arts, the Feeder High School for the, this is where we're from. Down the street is the Elizabeth Park. We used to make out down there when we were, in college.
Happy recent anniversary as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Yeah, 32 years.
32 years of marriage.
Yeah.
But that's where I was kind of going with this is like you guys are making Jimmy, Grammy Award winner. He played at Sanremo. We talked to him about this, and my parents were very proud to hear about that because they're Italian. Accomplished flautist, licensed marriage and family therapist. You guys have done it all. So how do you take these kids out of the Hartford area and then make them Nelba and Jimmy's?
We remind them that they can, in fact, do it in the Hartford area, and because they're from the Hartford area. I mean, there's nothing stopping them based on geography, based on race, based on gender, based on religion. There is nothing stopping. These are some of the most brilliant children you have ever met in your life. I encourage you to come visit us at the Crack Anna Grace Academy.
And I encourage you to listen to Shared Humanity, which is a
Yes.
podcast. I believe it's at, give us the link. It's sph.yale.edu/shared humanity, something like that.
I wish I was a better seller of this. I don't know my website.
Apple
off the-
Podcasts as
Apple
well?
Podcasts. Look up Nelba Marquez Green and Shared Humanity. You'll find it there.
Well, she's going to work on it because she's going to take a quick break, and we're going to take a quick break too. But Nelba's going to join us a little bit later. You've been listening to Nelba Marquez Green, activist in residence at Yale School of Public Health, where she hosts the podcast and video series. You can see Nelba's face as well while she does this Shared Humanity. She's also the founder of the Anna Grace Project, which honors her daughter, Anna Grace. When we get back from the break, we'll talk with Francine Wheeler, who's the mom of Ben. And later in the show, senior health reporter Sujata Srinivasan joins to talk about her ongoing coverage of gun violence as a public health issue. We'll be right back. This is the Wheelhouse from Connecticut Public Radio. I'm Frankie Graziano. This hour, we're talking about the impact of gun violence on survivors. Francine Wheeler lost her son, Benjamin Wheeler, in the mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in 2012. She went on to found the nonprofit Ben's Lighthouse. Francine, thank you for joining us this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Very happy to have you up here. Just before we talked about how you turned your pain into a way to honor Ben's life and serve your community, if it's okay, I want to ask you a question similar to the one I just posed to Nelba, if that's okay.
Sure.
What do you wish people understood about people that have gone through this, survivors of gun violence?
Well, I wish that people would imagine more about what grief is, because if they could imagine what grief is, then they can care enough. Some people just don't want to empathize because it's too hard. It's too hard because so many people are parents and they don't want to imagine being you. But if they can, and they can understand that we have grief that doesn't go away, I say to people, it's sort of like you don't have arms and legs, but you can still have a good life, but it's a different life. And it's one that will always be hard, that people need to imagine. And I wish that people did more. I think it would help. I think it would help us and help us feel supported.
I've gotten to know you and your son, Ben, through a lot of testimony that you've shared in some of these public interviews that you've done. I understand his nickname was Scoo, but I've heard you call him Benny as well.
Oh, yeah. I had many, many, many nicknames for Ben, but Scoo was one of them. Yeah.
I always have now when I hear about Ben or I hear about Ben's Lighthouse, that picture of him in front of the lighthouse. You said that you always
Nauset Light.
toured Nauset Light.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Now I'm going to think about him every time I'm up there.
Yeah.
Nauset Light.
It was his favorite. Yeah.
You always toured lighthouses with him? You always had to have the lighthouse on the cake?
He wanted to be a lighthouse keeper. And I feel so, it's so funny when I think back, because I'd be like, well, I don't know if that's really a good career choice, honey. And I was like, how could I have said that to him? But it was like what he wanted to do more than anything. You know, he wanted to take care of people. He was a very empathetic kid. And he was also probably perfect pitch, meaning that he could sing a note out of the air and know what the note was. And since I'm a musician, I thought that was like, wow, I don't have perfect pitch, and that's amazing. So yeah, he loved lighthouses and he loved music.
And his love of Lighthouse became the inspiration for what you're doing as his legacy. You founded Ben's Lighthouse in 2012. For the people who don't know, can you describe the work that you do?
Sure. So in 2012, right after the shooting, the lovely people at Trinity Church in Newtown lifted me up. And they said, what can we do? Can we do something in Ben's honor? And I said, okay, let's help kids. So it started as an organization that I named Ben's Lighthouse because of his love of lighthouses, for children to volunteer, to help. And our saying was, helping is healing. So during that time, for the next several years, as I moved through my grief and I got stronger, I said, let's make it very Ben Wheeler-esque. And let's make it about music helping kids and stories helping kids. So I wrote a program called The Isle of Scoo, and it involves professional built puppets from Jim Henson makers. And my husband, he designed the puppets. And we serve kids by helping them to understand feelings, empathy through the stories of the puppets, through mentorship, and through what we say is sharing our light, so that we're all lighthouse keepers. And that's what we do. We serve these programs in performance, in workshops, and now in camps.
I was going to say, quite literally, light, being a guide in a time of darkness. And that's something that you really want to impress upon folks with the program, that particularly in this time of darkness, misinformation, what have you, that there is an alternative for children, that they can be happy, and there is an opportunity to turn away from maybe a violence in the future or something like that. How do these programs help us understand gun violence through a different lens, I guess?
Well, I don't address gun violence per se in the Isle of Scoo, but what I do address is another kind of safety that's very important for children, which is emotional safety. And even though I'm not a therapist, I am I'm an artist and a teaching artist. And what I believe is that children need to feel that their feelings are heard, that they can love, that, as Nelba said, they can build community together, and they can be part of something that helps them feel support and love and be better humans because of it.
Can you share any feedback that you've gotten from the students or any kind of stories that either illuminate the work that you do or make you proud, or maybe something that was kind of a success story in a kind of backwards way? It wasn't so successful in the beginning.
Well, we have in Newtown been doing the camp now for several years, and we have served hundreds of kids. And that includes teens who have been mentors, who survived the shooting at Sandy Hook, who have felt that they have one-to-one with the mentees who are ages 4 to 9. And their experiences, they have told me, has helped them in their survival. So that's been endearing to me, and that makes me feel like I've done something to help them in Ben's name. And I think the parents of the mentees and the mentees themselves, even kids who have not been directly affected by December 14th, they'll say, I've met friends, I identify with Scoo, the lighthouse keeper, and they've told all their friends, and we don't even have to advertise it in Newtown anymore because people know that it's there for them. And the parents really count on the camp to help their kids especially if they have trouble connecting to others. This is a great way to do it.
We spend so much time in society kind of crapping on kids and saying how hard that we had it. And now we have to remember that children nowadays have just gone through the pandemic and having to learn through it. They're in an era where gun violence is a public health crisis.
Yes.
So children are just going through so much.
I had a son after Ben's death, who's 10 now, and he related to the story of Scoo and his friends on the island because he feels that he can shout his emotions out loud. He's not in front of a screen. He's talking to others. We're coming up with ways. And, one of the things we do in the camp and all of our programs is that we talk about, what do you do when you can't change something? When you have to sit with it, when you can't solve it. We get caught up as parents and as educators, we've got to solve everything for them. We have to keep them happy all the time. But you know what? They're not happy all the time. They are who they are. And we can support that and just help them say, you know what? You're not alone. We all feel this way.
Yes.
We do.
Teaching them coping strategies, right?
Absolutely.
Our producer, Chloe Wynn's going to love this callback. But this is what we talked about when we talked about discussing politics with children and these questions that we can't always answer.
That's right.
We have to tell them, as I do as a journalist quite often, if I don't know something, we have to say, I don't know, but maybe I can help you try to find an answer. Maybe we could look it up somewhere or something like that. Do you find yourself going through that similar kind of thing with the children to try to help them find ways to cope or try to find the answers themselves?
Yeah. I mean, they have to find their own answers because everybody deserves to have their own voice, right? And they don't want to be polarized or, they don't even understand what's out there. So all I can help, some of them do, but even when they don't, I sit with them, I listen, and I tell them the truth. That if I don't know, I don't know. If I tell my 21-year-old, I don't know, Nate, I don't know what it's going to be like for you out there, but I do know that I love you and that I'm here to listen. And that's what's important to me the most.
I said this to Nelba earlier when she said that nobody wants to take your guns away that's been involved in this process. I've also heard you say that you're not looking to take away anybody's guns. So what's top of mind for you in terms of the next 4 years? We're talking about a Donald Trump presidency now, but we want to talk about gun reform because of the following clip that I want to play for you. Chris Murphy was a guest on last week's post-election episode of The Wheelhouse. He wondered kind of aloud to me as we were talking if the president, who he says has refused to cross the gun industry lobbyists, he's wondering if he'll be able to put forth any kind of gun legislation.
They may be moving to an interpretation of the Second Amendment that essentially takes away from the state legislature here in Connecticut the ability to keep our gun laws safer than the rest of the country. But time will tell.
He's coming off of what many people were considering like a victory for people that just don't want to see gun violence at this large scale where people are having, unsecured weapons, things like that. He's coming off of a opportunity he had to break a deadlock on legislation for 30 years. And now he's concerned that something's going to change. So do you share similar kind of concerns?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. But I also feel that, it's not my job as a mom of Ben, who we've been victims, and it's often put on the families to try and solve it or make sense of it. And, the only thing I can do is talk about my grief, share my heart as an artist, and try and be the best person I can be, and educate people about what gun violence feels like to me. You know, because if I tell people, hey, it feels like this, it's really awful, it changes your life forever, you are forever seeing the world in a very, very different way than most people. If you can share that story with people, maybe you'll change people's minds, or at least educate them about what affects people with gun violence, you know, victims, and make it about a local or state level where we can join together. You know, maybe we can't do anything federally right now, but maybe we can make our communities safer by doing the kinds of things that we're doing to inform people.
But thank you for making that turn, because that's why we wanted to have you and Nelba on the show today, is to talk about the impact that even the conversation about gun violence, about gun reform, whatever it is, it has on people that have gone through it. So could you just share anything that people should know about the things that you go through, or rather anything that you want to make clear to folks that are listening out there today?
Well, first of all, I think anybody that's listening to this, if they've never had grief, they are one of the few blessed, because most people have had grief in their lives. And like I said earlier, it's really, really important to imagine if it was your child or your spouse or your mom or dad, because it's part of my body. It's part of my brain. It's part of my music. It's part of my writing. It will never not be part of my life. I don't know if I could say in this short time how grief has affected me, but I do know that, like, for example, I've written a play with music that I'm developing. And in it, I play myself talking to people in 2013, and how I felt that the outside was describing Sandy Hook and Newtown, but what was going on the inside was a very different story. So storytelling, true storytelling, is really important to help people understand how gun violence can affect them, because that's how I reach people, is through true stories of what's happened to me.
Thank you so much for sharing that perspective. I appreciate you sharing that. I'd like to finish up by talking more about your work and something that you have coming up, I understand, this Friday, involved with Ben's Lighthouse.
Yeah, so we're really excited, because this Friday at Edmond Town Hall in Newtown, Connecticut, we're going to have the wonderful Roseanne Cash and her partner John Leventhal, and it's opened by the wonderful singer-songwriter Joe Henry, who's a beautiful music producer who actually produced my play. And they are coming together in a community to share with music to help us raise more funds so that we can bring the Isle of Skoo out in Connecticut more to other schools and to other communities. So please, there are some tickets left. We are selling out fast, but it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful night of love and community and music.
You're literally trying to cast the light further out into Connecticut. Where can folks find this information, get the tickets that you were talking about?
benslighthouse.org. And if you can't make it and you want to give us a donation, we really, really appreciate anything you can, because we want to give to as many children as we can these programs.
Thank you so much for sharing, Francine.
Thank you so much for
You've
having
been
me.
listening to Francine Wheeler, founder of Ben's Lighthouse. After the break, we'll welcome Nelba back to the conversation. And Francine's going to stay here as well. We'll also be joined by Sujata Srinivasan, senior health reporter here at Connecticut Public. Stay with us, please. This is the Wheelhouse from Connecticut Public Radio. I'm Frankie Graziano. Firearm violence is a public health crisis in America. With a second Donald Trump presidency on the horizon, some are wondering how the president-elect will approach gun-related legislation. Joining us in the studio, we got Sujata Srinivasan, senior health reporter here at Connecticut Public. Sujata, thank you for being here today.
Morning, Frankie.
Thank you for following the work that's being done at Yale as well, at the School of Public Health on gun violence.
Absolutely.
Still with us, Francine Wheeler, founder of Ben's Lighthouse. Thank you for still joining us.
Thank you.
And Nelba's back. Nelba Marquez Green, activist in residence at Yale School of Public Health, host of Shared Humanity, and founder of the Anna Grace Project. Join the conversation if you'd like, 888-720-9677. More importantly, if you need to talk to somebody, you can call SAMHSA's national helpline, 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-4357. Let me read that number to you one more time. 1-800-662-4357. It's free. I guess it's confidential and available 24/7. So hopefully you guys will be able to fill in some perspective. Just kind of what I was asking you about earlier, about how gun violence impacts you over the long term. But Sujata, we'll hone in a little bit here on some of that data stuff that we were talking about. We just want to ask you if there's anything that you heard from Francine or Nelba that you could either respond to or quantify.
Yeah, Nelba and Francine, your courage and your heart and your light stands out in everything you say and everything you do. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you.
And, Frankie, the important thing that both of them said that we should carry with us every day, or just the work that they do. Look at this, Ben's Lighthouse, the podcast Shared Humanity, that behind all the data, behind all the studies, all the analysis, the heart is, the narratives, the people. And as Nelba says, gun violence is not that improbable as we may think it is. And as Francine says, imagine what it would be like to live with grief that never goes away. And the data that we are looking at is staggering. When Surgeon General Vivek Murthy put out his advisory earlier on that gun violence is a public health crisis, he was leaning into data that showed firearms are the leading cause of death for children and adolescents in the United States. That's kids between 1
Ages
and
1
9.
and 17,
Yeah,
right?
1
19?
and 19. Yeah, leading cause. And that's ahead of motor vehicle, poisoning, cancer, congenital diseases, drowning, cardiovascular. I mean, it's mind-boggling. It's not normal.
And that's what I was underscoring earlier. And that's kind of what I took away from the podcast is you have incidents happening in a church, school, in people's homes. It's just something that is inescapable. So this work becomes that much more important, I'm imagining, Sujata. And you also have information that came out of Yale University about gun violence as well.
Yeah, before we dive into that data, we're talking about how close this is. And right here in Hartford, I meet people, in the course of my work, people whose lives have been touched by gun violence. And I'll never forget what one young kid told me. He actually was part of a roundtable discussion with Senator Chris Murphy. And this young child, Kyrene Williams, who lives in Hartford, in what he says an unsafe neighborhood, and he and his friends afraid to go to the park across the road to play, to walk down the street to school. And he said, what if it was me one day? What if I got shot? What if my parents got shot? What if my friend got shot? What if my cousin got shot? And that's what sometimes makes kids disappointed and upset and mad. And, sometimes you could just wish that things were a bit better. And this is a kid in our zip code, pretty much.
Yeah, very close by. And it makes you think about the other factors that lead to gun violence, right? Like poverty, mental health issues. What else am I missing?
Or
here?
intersects with everything: loneliness, isolation, lack of, again, it comes to public safety, access to spaces, multi-generational homes where there might be conflict, family dynamics, and, as you rightly said, mental health. But access is a key issue. When people have access at moments of emotional dysregulation, it can be deadly because there's no going back.
Just want to talk about your experience as well, Nelba, in here We had Sujata on here to kind of quantify things and help us out a little bit, but we talked about that growing sense of frustration among survivors of the most deadliest mass shootings. It never seems like their cries of reform are answered. Why did you decide to focus on collective health and framing gun violence as a public health issue? Why did that become a focus?
So when Sujata talks about the kid from Hartford, that was also me and Jimmy, right? So there's an equity piece we haven't discussed yet, which is as much as mass shootings receive the public's empathy and a lion's share of media attention, the truth is that gun violence has been an issue in Connecticut for decades before Newtown, and that there are mothers and grandmothers and pastors in Hartford, New Haven, Bridgeport, Waterbury, New London who have dedicated themselves to Bridgeport, who have dedicated themselves to activism, and it's never gotten any legs. So that's number one. Number two, so far, we've only addressed people who've lost people. There are millions of people who live in the United States with injury, bullet wounds, bullets living in bodies, who have been witnesses of gun violence events or otherwise impacted. So we're not just talking about people who've lost people. We're also talking about the millions of Americans who live with chronic PTSD because they've survived an incident, they've witnessed an incident, or they're living with injury. So it is for me, public health is an act of social justice. Public health is a solution-focused way of addressing gun violence. And I'm just so proud to work with Dean Rennie and the team at the at Yale School Public Health and Firearm Injury Prevention Initiative, because it gives me an opportunity to share my gifts and talents without feeling exploited. And that happens a lot when you're a survivor. You get kind of used for this and that. And I found for the first time a home, which if I talk about too much, I'll cry and I don't want to, but I'm just really grateful to have a home where I can do good work and feel valued.
I appreciate you sharing that, because part of my work as a journalist the last 10 to 15 years here has been to try to make sure that we don't exploit you all in a similar manner. So it is important to talk about, because I think that especially when we talk about gun violence, having this perspective is important for people to understand that if you do want to keep an unsecured firearm or something like that, if this is the life that you want to lead, you may be impacting other people. So it's just important to share that perspective out there. That's why we want to make sure that we get that out there. In your work with young children, I think we talked a little bit about this earlier, but especially in terms of mental health and teaching them how to process things, do you see your work as making a difference on a proactive level, at least?
Well, I do, because I think if you inform children by example, by being the best human you can be, by sharing with them that, hey, we know how you feel too, let's listen to your story. When you do that, you are lifting them up in their community and helping them feel that they can make a difference. And like I said earlier, feel safe. Now, I know that's a tricky thing to say in this conversation of feeling safe. I mean, we're talking about all that isn't safe. But if children don't have a sense of themselves and respect for themselves and love for themselves, how can they possibly go out in the world and face all of this? They need that. And I believe that the work that we do in the arts is so important for that reason.
I hated to harp on the negative and bring up the pandemic and the gun violence public health crisis, but it's just important, I think, always to underscore these things, that it is just a little bit harder to live nowadays. So it is just, let's give each other some grace too, right?
Absolutely.
A lot of overlap, Sujata, between gun violence and mental health. Why is it important for lawmakers to prioritize mental health services?
Look, the data, let's start with the data. You know, there were 48,000-ish firearm-related deaths in 2022, and more than half of those were suicides. And during my interview, we touched upon the Yale Public School, one of the research that came out recently, and the data is startling. It's United States is an outlier, not in a good way, and firearm fatalities are almost 10 times that of Canada and much higher than economically comparable countries, the UK, Sweden, France. And Megan Rennie, who's a medical doctor and dean of the Yale School of Public Health, said something striking to me. And she said, this isn't because Americans are bad or wrong or sick, she said. There's something different to explain it. And it may be access to these methods in moments of desperation or hopelessness. So we're talking about deaths of despair. And as you know, Francine works with art. Real Artways, right around the corner, is one of the nonprofits that works with the community through park art. And I was recently at an event where they had an art installation called All Play, No Guns. And I interviewed a mother and a child. And the mother, took me, we walked down the road, and she lived on that street. And she's an immigrant from Egypt, works a day, hourly job. And she has to leave early in the morning, and she showed me bullet wounds in her car, bullet shots in her car. And somebody in her hallway, in her apartment, was shot, and her child had seen it. But this child was making art and writing the name of her neighbor that she was fond of. I said, oh, he used to give me, stop by, chat with me, ask me how I was doing, give me cookies and things like that. It was like a big brother. And this is Malak and Jumana Shaheen. And yes, so this is public health at the intersection of many different forces that are shaping up the United States in particular.
But what you're pointing to that does get lost in the conversation now, as well as the everyday gun violence. So thank you for bringing that up, Sujata. As I was starting in breaking news, we went out in Hartford and we went to Frog Hollow just to kind of personify shooting, because it was a deadly year, I believe, in 2015. It was the deadliest year on record at the time. And we wanted to make sure that we got out there in the community, and we profiled one of the people that passed away. And you could see bullets, holes, as you would say, on a building in Frog Hollow. So it's important that the work that you're talking about, I really want to underscore, please pay attention to Sujata's reporting, because everyday gun violence does get missed a lot. And part of the efforts with gun regulation now is to get ghost guns and illegal guns off the street. Hey, we talked about earlier mental health, but that very unfortunate intersection with suicide. And you had Kay Warren on your show, and you talked about her son. And there's so many people that, luckily, the Warrens are great parents, and Matthew had a diagnosis, and he had a lot of support from his family. There's so many people that are undiagnosed and have a lot of issues and challenges with their mental health. Mental health was such a priority, lawmakers said a few years ago, because of the pandemic. But now we're seeing some of that pandemic era funding go away. So budgeting for mental health. I'll open it up to all of you. Are you concerned that some of those dollars are going away? Is there any conversations that at least the two of you will be having with lawmakers? Sujata, are you hearing anything? What are your thoughts?
I think we have to move beyond reflexive change, waiting until something really bad happens and then deciding we're going to do all of this stuff, and really move to reflective change, which is investing in communities. So mental health being ensuring people have stable housing. Mental health being ensuring people have access to health care when they need it. We know when there's community violence in a neighborhood, it is very likely negatively impacting everyone, even if they weren't there. We know that communities with green space do better than communities without green space. We know that communities with art do better than communities without art. This is the magic of public health. We can actually measure what makes things better. The problem is then investing, putting the money in, not waiting until the next Sandy Hook in Connecticut to say, oh, yeah, that mental health thing we forgot. How could we have forgotten?
And I think that everybody sitting here right now can agree that the community of the work that they do and the work that I do, yeah, it's important to build the strength of the community. And that means that's how you build before something bad happens. And that's why it's important that, for me, that the arts is something that I can speak to and that I am an expert on. And actually, everybody at this table is an expert on grief. And that's why the government and others need to understand that we have to build on this, that we have to trust and we have to keep doing our work so that people understand that the suffering is not going away. And if we want to build on mental health, we have to keep talking. We have to keep talking to our legislators too.
I lost my brother when I was 15 years old to cancer. And through you guys, I'm learning so much about my own grief. So there's such a word that I think that I bring that up to say that we can learn so much from each other. Yeah. And having these conversations. So thank you guys for doing that. I got only a couple of minutes left, so I'm going to just throw a whole bunch of stuff at Sujata here. At the local level, what are we seeing to try to maybe in the 2025 session at the local level on gun violence, and then at the federal level here as we look at a Donald Trump presidency?
Sure, Frankie. So I got to give a shout out to Mark Barden, whose child, Daniel, was killed in Sandy Hook. And when I met Mark, I asked him, how did you pass legislation under 3 administrations, under President Obama, under the first President Trump administration, and under mental health under President Biden? And he says, because, and Nelba and Francine pointed out, this is something that is nonpartisan. When people come together and say, hey, how do we keep our kids safe? Everybody buys into it. And you transcend politics, and that's where the shared humanity comes in. And Mark is scaling up some really powerful programs that have shown proven results in New Jersey, in Atlanta, called Know the Signs.
Yes.
And there's federal funding for it. He was able to secure that. And now
Just about 45 seconds left, yeah.
And now he's pushing for plan for the School Safety Act. And it has bipartisan support. Johanna Hayes and John Rutherford from Florida, both are co-sponsors. So that's going on here. And at the federal level, Chris Murphy's got a lot on hand.
After he just had the bipartisan Safer Communities bill, that was something that they worked on at a bipartisan level. Again, if you need to talk to someone, you can call SAMHSA's National Helpline at 1-800-662-4357, 1-800-662-4357. It's free, confidential, and available 24/7. Sujata Srinivasan, one of my favorite people of all time, senior health reporter at Connecticut Public. Sujata, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely, Frankie.
Please pay attention to her reporting at ctpublic.org. You've also been listening to Nelba Marquez Green, activist in residence at Yale School of Public Health. She hosts the important podcast Shared Humanity. Find it at sph.yale.edu/shared humanity. Nelba is also the founder of the Anna Grace Project. Nelba, thank you so much for coming here. And thank you, Francine Wheeler, founder of Ben's Lighthouse. There's an event happening this weekend. Francine, thanks so much for coming on the show and the work that you do. And if you're interested in learning more about Ben's Lighthouse or its upcoming benefit concert, you can find the links to both on our show page.
Thank you.
Today's show was produced by Chloe Wynn. It was edited by Robin Doyen-Aiken. Our technical producer is the maestro Dylan Reyes. I'm Frankie Graziano. This is The Wheelhouse. Thank you for listening.